Mermaid, another crafty post, craft stash, and I thought I would share some things I've got in storage of. Okay, so how am I currently storing my double pointed needles? In these expanding folders, and I have them in metal, or stainless steel I should say, and bamboo. And these, I bought them quite a while ago, and I've also written on the envelope on the size range I've got there. Now, yeah, I wanted to get my chair so I could be moving a little bit more freely, but as per usual, someone is hogging the chair. Are you hogging the chair? She's like, what of it? Respect your elders. She's saying to me. She's 27, so, you know, in cat years is quite a bit. And I've got some masking tape, and I've just written the numbers on the tabs. So 2 size 2s, which I need to get. I don't have size 2. I've got 2.25s in a bamboo. For the purpose of filing things by size, I've mixed the bamboo sets of double pointed needles with my stainless steel. But I am intending to create something like this. I was going to crochet it, but that's going to take a bit of thickness in the envelope, yeah? So I may actually sew some special pouches, because I just hate plastic. I really hate plastic. And so the more plastic I can get rid of and replace with actual cloth or some whatever, the better it feels for me. And sometimes I've just reused an old envelope, plastic envelope, and I've just put the actual number of the millimeters. Sorry, my zoom is being crazy. It's dark in here, but my camera is also very old and ancient, and it's only a little tiny, like, what do you call it, Canon Pic Smart or something like this. It's not smart, it's just, yeah, it's just a little digital $100 job. But anyway, so that's how I've organized my double points. I do like having individual cases for my hooks, even though I do like having hooks on display. Going forward at some point, I'm actually going to only have my wooden needles on display, and these are my favorite German needles, these acrylic ones with the glitter in them. They just make me happy. I like the gold sparkles. So the other storage I've got here, these are just A5 folders, and these are for my fixed circular needles. Now this is not how I'm going to keep things, this is just where I'm at this point in time. I will update you guys as time goes on when I change accordingly. So I have fixed needles of 3 different sizes going up to 110 centimeters in the fixed cables, and this is a Knitter's Pride set of circular needles. So this is, you know, the other 2 different needle sizes I've got there of my fixed circ needles. So anyone who's starting out with their Garn adventure, how long has it taken me to get? I had, for the longest time, for at least, I'd say at least 20 years, I just had these German acrylic needles, a few bamboo, a few stainless steel, and a few birch plastic crochet hooks. I've only made it a goal and objective to fully get everything I have always wanted regards to needle. I did also have these rosewood needles. These are actually the very first needles I ever got, and some of the stainless steel. all those I actually bought on sales over the past 25 years. But to be honest, I have made more deliberate purchases and choices this 2022 to now, spread out. You know, I've got other things to buy and do and live. So, you know, this past year, 6 months, I've really been making a goal to get everything that I've always wanted or would like in my sets of gear. There is some sock knitting circular needles that are fixed from a German company again, which have like one end of the needles shorter than the other, which makes it easier. I find sometimes the needle ends of the circular needles, they're kind of cumbersome when you're working with real small work, and I want to get those tiny, you know, I mean, I could work with double pointed needles as we usually do, but you know, what do I say? I'll add a link to where I got this set from. So this is Knitter's Pride-Zing Interchangeable Deluxe set. It's got the US sizes from 4 to 11. It doesn't have number 7 though. It doesn't have 7mm. So if you wanted 7mm, you'd have to get it separate. The cords, there's 4 cords. There's 2 80cm cords. There's one 100cm cord, and there's one 60cm cord. There's end caps, cord keys, and cord connectors. You can actually connect cords to each other for really big work, or to get the right length, so that's all in there. I'm not really 100% fan of the actual case it came in. I mean, it does the job, but I don't like how this is like plastic, the little coils. I wish they were elastic. I would be happier if they were elastic, but because I got the plastic and they're not elastic, I know you could say elastic is plastic, but I can see that breaking. That's all. You know what I mean? I can see that breaking. But it's kind of handy because it's in such a small, like if I was traveling, you know, this is all my needles in one little case. So it's quite handy. What else? Oh, okay. So here is my tiny stainless steel crochet hooks. But it's funny because I've got from 0.6 up. I've got 0.75, 0.85, 0.9, 1, 1.2, etc., etc. I don't have 0.5 in there, but I bought a wooden or a bamboo set recently, and that's going to give me my 0.5s. And the stainless steel, coloured steel hooks are in there, metal. There's some crochet hook cases that are very much like this, but they're double-sided, which will hold an entire set of any composition of hook that I really want to get. So I'll end up probably getting 4 of them, and then I'll put all my hooks into those cases accordingly. Where are we up to? Okay. So I still haven't made the storage cubes I want to make for things in here. So these here are, you know, the salad dressing bottles that screw onto each other. These are my stitch markers. Now I like this because I can just put it into my project bag, the ones that I'm using, but at some point I want to get a complete set of many stainless steel coloured stitch markers in a tray that is all divided, something, you know, a bit like this, but of course smaller compartments and a bigger case. This is a easy case, storage case I got from Officeworks. I thought it was perfect for the cable needles, row counters, needle stoppers, and garn tags. So it's just a perfect size for that. You know, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to use it for the stitch markers, but or something else in regards to garn tool storage. But when I got it, I had to play around, and yeah, no, this is perfect for this. And this was ridiculous. So this is, you know, those pill organizers. I thought it would be good for you know, stitch holders, but it's just too fragile. Like this plastic here is actually soft. You could drop it, it won't break. This here would shatter if you just screw it on the wrong way. So I was like, that's a fail. I mean, it only cost me a couple of bucks anyway, but still a fail. I wouldn't recommend this. That will fall apart in your bag when you're moving around, and oh yeah, that would just be a nightmare. So here's just a spare case I've got, and I've used it to hold stitch holders in. And as you can see, I've got a few different sizes there. Am I where I want to be with storage and organization? Hell no. Hell no. But I thought I'd share where I was at. I did a pattern for this. I want to do a few tweaks before I put it out there. This is a third attempt of doing a sewing machine cover. I want to do a few more tweaks before I release the pattern also. My Garn needles are all in this jar, which used to be a jam jar, and this is just a tube, plastic tube with a stainless steel. And that's just in there for now, and one just for tape measures and a pin cushion. Yeah, like I said, I don't have everything where I want it now, but it's still progress. But yeah, that might give you some ideas of storing your garn tools. You can use display folders. These expanding envelope folders are freaking awesome for holding your double pointed needles, but I would still recommend keeping the little envelopes of plastic they come in. And if they don't, probably sew one up for yourself. You could crochet it, but it's just going to expand the folders more than what you need. And the beauty of this is just that it's so compact. And on the spine, I've also written the size, so when I pop it up here, I've got that facing me. So size 2 millimeters to 5 of my double points. But anyway, blessed be, Mary Part. Enjoy your crafting, no matter where and who you are. And yeah, might have given you some ideas for storing and organising. And also in the same vein, of the crochet hook, I made a larger one, and there's a macaroon cushion at the bottom that I made for my needles as well. I haven't finished these jars for storing needles, but we'll get to it at some point. And also put out a pattern, also cupcakes for needles. I think it's just, it looks like you got little hundreds and thousands, but they're actually needles, pin needles. So that was fun. Anyway, finally going this time. Blessed be, Mary Part. Hey, fuzzy face. Yeah, say goodbye. No, you disturb my sleep. Love you, Bubby. Blessed be, and Mary Part.